Maybe today I will catch up and all of the meditations from last week will be updated because we were kind of doing a series. So let's continue with that. Taking a deep inhale. When you sit in this space, when you are in your own practice on Saturdays and Sundays, when you are doing your own practice on days that you don't join us this early, but when you do get up, don't let that be an excuse for not doing your meditation, for not taking the time for your practice. When you get up, it doesn't have to be a whole sit down, breathing, so serious meditation. It could literally be you lying in that bed before you even open your eyes, before you even let your feet hit that ground, just lying there. Maybe picturing your chakras lighting up the center as you balance them. It could just be you sitting there and saying, thank you. Thank you for letting me wake up another day. Thank you for letting my breath work and my lungs and my heart. If you skip that, it could be as simple as standing in the shower. That's one of my favorite meditations. Picture that water. What color is it? Mine is usually golden. If you're working on communication, it could be blue. If your heart is hurting, it could be green. If you're having some belly problems, it could be orange or red. Let the water wash away whatever it is that you're holding on to. Let it recenter you and ground you. This is not the only way to meditate. There are so many ways to center yourself, regroup, and ground. Today is Memorial Day. We remember all of those people who have sacrificed their lives, specifically in the military, for us to live the lives we lead. Why things are the way they are, I don't know. I'm not going to question it. I know we're all on our own journeys, and each person has chosen the experiences they want to have. But on this Memorial Day, as we remember those, let's each and every single one of us remember our ancestors today. All last week, we held space, or the week before, I apologize. We held space for people in our lives that are alive. We held space for them, extending love, extending healing, extending good, positive thoughts instead of sorrow and feeling sorry for them and pity. So, continuing with that vibration, why don't we think of our ancestors today? What a perfect day to do so on Memorial Day. Can we memorialize the ones who have literally brought us into this world? You can say what you want, but literally, without your grandparents on both sides, without both of their parents on both sides, without both of their parents on both sides, we would not be here. It took each and every single one of those ancestors to come together to create that ancestor that was going to come together with another ancestor to create another one until it comes to our parents. And then it comes to us. And it continues through us, through our animals, through the imprints that we leave in our friends, not just through our children. Not all of us have them or want them, but our imprints, our energy continue. Just like I'm mourning my uncle and aunt who left such a huge imprint on me. They are also my ancestors. I miss them truly and deeply. The lessons and experiences that they went through were lessons and experiences that I could see without having to go through it myself. I am going to get emotional, but let's extend love to them. Let's now in this space take some time in silence, going through, and let's see who shows up. There might be someone that you've never met who might stop in to say hello. But let's take this time. Let's remember our ancestors, who we knew, who we hugged, who we shared stories and meals and laughter and cries with. Let's remember them. And let's extend love and healing and just so much sunshine. And let's extend to them all of the things that we want for ourselves so that wherever their souls are at right now, that the reincarnated versions of them, that the other versions of them that exist in all other timelines are going to feel this powerful energy that we are sending to them now. I promise you, one of your ancestors in a different dimension, in a different timeline right now, we're going to send this energy, and they're literally out of nowhere going to be like, I'm in such a good mood right now. And it's us sending it from this timeline. So let's take that time now. Let's sit in silence. Think of your ancestors and let's extend that to them now. If you want to stay in the space, please do so. Just go ahead and mute me. Boy, they felt that, guys. They truly did. How many people actually sit and send and extend love to their ancestors? Once they're gone, they're gone. How often do we think of them? We all cry at their funerals, but then after months, years, and of course, they don't want us to continue to cry, but even thoughts of them disappear into the ether like them. So take the time, whenever, remember them. Just say a little thank you. Thank you for all that you went through, for everything that you were and that you are and that you represent. Thank you for all the gifts that you have passed down from family member to me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for walking next to me. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. This last one, guys, really feel your stomach and your lungs. Take that time, inhale through the nose. Exhale. Open your eyes when you're ready. Give yourself a good stretch. I went dancing with Luna, my friend. And thank God for this friend Mara, because she's Italian, but she's very in touch with like Spanish language and Hispanics, and was like, there's salsa dancing tonight. And I was like, no way. And I had a meeting with my niece and I was like, canceled it because I wanted to stay salsa dancing. She's selling Cutco knives. I don't know why, but she is. So there were dancers, they're professional dancers, and of all the places that in Mexico, Mexico's huge. This woman was from Chiapas, which is where my grandfather was from. And I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, I could just feel them yesterday. And that's why I was like, today, Memorial Day, what a perfect day to come on. That's why I was going to be here regardless to thank our ancestors. Like, if you think about when you think about the even ones that you weren't close to, or you just heard stories about this person and that person and how things that they went through, and even just hearing about them leaves that imprint on us and on our soul and on our hearts, right? So, anybody want to share anything? It's been a long week. I haven't seen you guys. I missed you. We have any wins, losses? Let me see. Linda said, released all the ashes I stored over the years. Oh, wow. Did you? Did you spread them or did you, when you're saying release, I'm assuming you release the ashes or, oh, Caroline, absolutely.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I spent the weekend and went hunting for oaks to the oaks, and I found a beautiful, huge, grand oak and released some in there. And then I did um, containers and released some to the water in the same location. And then I wrote you know, um, how I felt about the people, and I released that too. But the beauty is, and the work I've done is that I didn't go to where I failed. I didn't go to how I could have done better. It was all about what I brought to the table for them and the gift in a way that, I mean, it was reciprocal. And then I just spent the weekend, uh, I guess, accepting healing from the oak and taking it in, and I feel pretty good. I've been hanging on
Burn
to my
those
secrets.
papers? The
What's
stuff that
that?
you wrote down on the paper. Did you burn the
Yeah.
paper?
No, I put it in a one of those, like my first communion or whatever containers that they have. I don't know that. And I threw it into the river too. You
Oh.
think yeah.
They want you to do one more thing to complete that cycle.
Okay.
Write a love letter to yourself
No, right. Of course.
and
Bastards. Why do I have to write a letter? I'm just kidding.
and you have to burn it
Okay.
because what you don't realize you did, you put the element of earth by putting them in the oak tree and
Yeah.
the element of water by putting them in the water. So
Yeah.
they want you to burn that because that's going to bring in the fire and the air, and you're going to close out
Okay.
whatever healing portal you opened.
Okay. Okay.
You
So
knew
I'm writing
exactly.
a love
It's
letter
like,
to my,
yeah, and you
okay.
have to burn it. And they're saying to do it on the new moon.
Okay.
So I'll remind you. Ugh,
Okay. Thank you. I was just
guys,
thinking,
whoever's on this, when the next new moon comes, if whoever can remember, put in the text, be like, Melinda, new moon, love letter, burn.
burn. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they that's and so instead of like, because you already wrote how you felt about them, so now you have to write a love letter to yourself, they said, and then burn it. And that's gonna close that
Close
out
that.
and seal it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That's awesome that you did that. Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy how your soul just knows what to do?
Yeah. Well, this whole, the decluttering that I started, right, has really is shifting, rocking my world and shifting it in all kinds of different ways,
Yep, we're doing a
right?
big cleaning today. It's raining, so we can't do anything. So we're decluttering and getting rid of a lot of clothes today. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
declutter.
thinking of, you know how I said I'd take a picture of everything that came out of here for you? And well, today is the where they pick up everything I put to the curb. Today it's all out there, and they're gonna the garbage people come around and pick it all up. Today's the day.
Today's the
So
day.
yeah,
Good.
yes. Well,
Good.
thank you,
That's
Kim, for all you do.
crazy. Yeah, that's a lot of ashes to like get rid of that. I'm really proud of you. I know that could not have been easy.
No, it was not easy, and even now, like the old me wants to boo-hoo. Like I have a neural net that lays on that line, right?
Yeah.
And but I'm not going there.
No, instead of being like, that's why instead of seeing like, oh, that wasn't easy, be like, look at what I fucking did. I'm a badass. Like, look at what I've done. Look at what nobody does that. We're all most of us will be like, I love when I get in readings and I get this, and there's always a collective energy when I do like a live. It's usually like the same because you're gonna hear what you have to hear. So usually there's like the same um underlying tone when I go on lives, always because of the collective energy that's coming in
Yeah.
for that particular live. And one that it comes up a lot is how so many of us, when we look back on our past, we're like, oh my God, I can't, because of the shame and the fear we hold. Oh my God, I can't believe I did
Yeah.
that. Oh my God, that was so hard. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Oh my God. But instead of that's when you heal and you love yourself, you can look back and be like, oh my God, I was a hot mess. Look at, thank God I got my shit together. Could you imagine if I was still like that? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I used to hold so much shame about who I was and what I did. And that's why I kept drinking. That's why I couldn't get sober
Hmm.
because I just kept holding on. But then when I got to a place where I truly love myself, like I can look and laugh and be like, oh, yikes. but
Mm-hmm.
but I still love me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you are really getting into a place. Oh, wow, Melinda. There's a relationship coming your way.
Oh, yeah. Like
A
um,
romantic relationship. They said she finally cleared the space. She's starting to see her worth. And then I saw a person coming, a shadow
wow.
stepped in.
Oh God.
Caroline, what are you laughing about?
I just said, oh my gosh, like because that's just amazing.
Yeah,
I
It's
love it.
mm,
yeah. You've made space. So I think it was a shadow because meaning like you're gonna start like getting out, dating, like
mm,
not that's why I
mm,
said I didn't see a specific, it was more like a shadow that came in, but definitely like I'm getting like dating vibes, like a romantic kind of thing, but not like serious, but you're gonna start
yeah,
getting
gonna
out and
start
shifting.
branching out.
Yeah, someone's gonna come in to kind of just like get you dancing, get you out, get that mojo going. It's gonna be somebody who like really helps shift that sacral chakra for you.
But
So good.
okay, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep making room. So that's
I
why
just
that
hope
new
it's not
moon.
that 3 foot guy at the Legion that won't leave me alone, right?
Oh my God, you are hilarious. No, because you're gonna get no, and you're gonna say
Oh,
tall, dark, and handsome, whatever you want. Start picturing it. But yeah, that's why it has to be that
oh,
self-love letter to close out on the new moon.
yeah.
That makes sense. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my gosh. Yeah, and
But
write down what you'd like then.
Yeah.
What you would like in a man.
hmm.
Yeah, but it's very important the self-love letter to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I
on that. I was
love
just telling my mom yesterday. I never loved myself my whole life, and I wasn't blaming her, but we had gotten on some kind of discussion about that I don't see through those eyes, right? And then we got into this thing about we are talking about swearing or something, and she goes, "If you're in my house, you can't swear." I said, "Well, do you want to go into home? I'm happy. I'll leave right now." Right?
what did she say?
Did you swear? And did you
And
say,
she, her eyes got really big. She goes, "No, I don't want to go into a home." I said, "Good, and I
oh,
don't want to put you in a home, right?"
Yesterday we were at the salsa thing. My friend's daughter was there, and the lady on the mic said shit twice, right? She's like, "Can you
Mhm.
believe this shit, guys?" Her daughter got so giddy, was like, oh my God. And Luna was like, what? What did she say? My friend and I were cracking up laughing because Luna hears cursing. So hearing an adult say the word shit is nothing for her, right? So my friend and I were dying laughing. She was like, look at your daughter. She's just so like unaware of cursing. I was like, that's not a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? But her daughter
Yeah,
was used to hear cursing in the house, heard some adult say shit, and we just got like so giddy about it. And I was like, I don't know. Like that's just funny. It's funny how like one child doesn't grow up with cursing and one does. You know what I mean? It did not even phase my child to hear the word shit. She was like, "What? What'd she say? What was
yeah.
what was the big deal?" But all right, guys. I love, love, love Ratty.
Mm.
Where you're at and where you're going. Did
Aw,
anybody else want to
thank
share? We
you.
got time. I don't think anybody's got to go to work, right?
I
No,
just want to say that, well, sorry, who was,
no, go
I
ahead.
didn't mean to interrupt anyone.
No, no, no.
Um, I don't know why. I just, my daughter had, and just to catch everyone up, Kim and Karina and a few other people did a lovely Reiki healing on her. And she came to me and said, Mommy, I want to be a Reiki healer. And and I thought that was just wonderful because, and I know Kim, you told me that I should get back into entertaining, but honestly, I don't know why. I just feel more moved to do tarot reading, and I'm getting my yoga certification.
Yes.
I I just I don't feel I know I'm an entertainer. I know that. And I continue to entertain, but I've been feeling more moved to go towards this healing path.
Yep.
And for my daughter to say that too, I just feel like, okay, it's gonna be like a mommy daughter team healing kind of
I'm
thing.
like, come
And
to mama. That's all you have to say.
yes.
I teach tarot. And it's so funny because my kids were supposed to get attuned to Reiki 1. There was a camp that they were going to go to. And the
Oh,
camp got
nice.
and the camp got canceled because I wanted them to get attuned to
Oh,
someone other than me. Do you know what I mean? So there were these two other women here that were going to do a camp, and I got all excited and had paid for it, but the camp for unforeseen circumstances got canceled. So
oh
I am
man.
going to, because I'm working with I'm gonna work on getting kids certified and starting my own program for kids as well. So when I get that started, Roz, I'm gonna let you know because we'll get Zoe. We'll get Zoe attuned.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I've already attuned one person. I'm getting my curriculum together. So once I get that together, I'm gonna start. I do attune, but I'm gonna start attuning. And I'm gonna be attuning people. Everybody who goes on this retreat with Karina and I, they're all gonna get attuned also. And we did say just Reiki 1, but I'm probably gonna attune them all the way up to Reiki 2 um during the
Okay.
retreat. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. So whenever you're ready, but that's music to my ears. Yeah. The
Yeah.
entertaining, it all brings you to where you are. And especially if you want to do tarot, you know how many tarot readers I met when I first started going live that were like amazing readers and they're terrified of going live. One of my mentors, she doesn't like to do gallery readings. I love gallery readings. This woman is like, has been doing readings for years. She doesn't like to do gallery readings where she sits in like a room of 13 to 14 people. It makes it, for some reason, it like, I don't want to say it makes her nervous, but she just doesn't like the energy. Because you and I come from an entertaining background, that doesn't
Yeah.
bother us. We have no problem going in front of 13 or sitting in front of a camera. Sometimes I've had like, I think the most I ever had on my live was 120 or something like that. I mean, at one time it shot up to like 300 and then boom, everybody dropped off because I don't care, because when I'm live on TikTok, the ones that have a lot of people, they're the ones that read fast, like Rise, duh, Ratty, duh, Jill, duh. I'm like this. Okay, well, it's I go slow.
Yeah.
I give a full reading. If you came on, I'm going to talk to you. So that's,
Yeah.
and then my lives will go from like 400 people to like 30, because those are the 30 people that really want to hear what I'm saying. And so they're all
Yeah.
readings, you know what I mean? But if this is where your heart's leading you, and of course, everything we do leads us to that. And I said that. I was like, wow, look at that. All my acting, that's why. That was something in my toolbox for me to have later in the
Hmm.
future. Yeah, I didn't become Beyonce or J-Lo, but fuck, I can go live and I'm doing so much
Exactly.
more by reaching those 30
Exactly.
people than the 30 million that I thought I wanted. Do you know what I mean? I'm making such a
Right.
bigger impact on earth by just focusing on this, you know? So yeah, healers,
Yes.
readers, we're all being called to the forefront. So I'm not surprised by that. Oh, guys, after the session,
Thank you, Caroline.
Roz's daughter asked her, "Are they good witches or bad witches?" And she asked me, she's like, "Are
Yeah.
you?" She called me after and she asked me, she's like, "Are you guys good witches or bad witches?" I was like, "Oh, girl, good witches." I'm like Galinda, okay? I travel in a bubble.
She is. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
so scared. She was like, I just want to make
yeah.
sure that you all are good witches. I'm like,
And you
baby,
should have
you
been
know,
like,
I'm a good. I told her I'm a good witch. We've talked about this, but
yeah,
she's still in her mind. She watches
yeah.
TV. She watches
Yes,
these
well,
things. Yes.
that's why it's good that they're being exposed to real spiritual people and real
Yes.
witches, so they're not believing that the TV witches are real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
movies, they love to act like we walk around with black hats and wands. And trust me,
Yes, she wants to
Gene,
see her
I,
friend asked if we're gonna fly around on broomsticks. She's like, "Oh, I
I
wanted to see you fly around on a broomstick." I'm like,
look,
"Listen."
that's my broomstick. Where is it? You see my
Like,
broomstick right there?
yeah. I'm like, no, we
That's
don't.
my
We do other
broomstick.
things with the broomstick. We don't
Yeah.
fly around on them, sweet.
Oh, Caroline's like, oh, yeah, like trust me, I would if I could. Jean posted something and now I forgot what did it say. Oh, she was like, you know, I heard back in the day witches used to take men's penises and keep them as pets. And the lady's like, she's like, so sad how many traditions we just let die.
Oh my goodness.
Cracking up. I was like, oh, and then people wondering where's the bad witches? Yeah, because I'm sure there were some witches that did that. Hey, don't knock a good black hat. Yeah. And Amanda,
Yeah.
I still want to go with you to decorate. There's a company here, Feathers and something, and they decorate hats, like cowboy hats. And Amanda tagged me in a post because they were decorating like baseball caps. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's definitely, yeah, I want to get a new hat, but all right, guys, it's 6:36. Perfect time to log off with that powerful number. But everybody have an amazing day. Thank you for sharing in this space. Let's remember all of our ancestors today and just throughout the day, just keep extending that love to them. And yeah, I will see you all mañana. Bye, guys.